Hi guys, this is Kevin with KKOA. Today we're back at you again with another one of our how-to videos, and today we are going to see how to fix our leaky Dometic toilet. The one thing different about this than other toilets, if you have a Thetford toilet, I have a video that I'll go ahead and link to this video on how to replace the water valve in a Thetford toilet. But today we're going to do, we have a Dometic 300 toilet here in our Bullet. The problem that we noticed is once we started back out again and we were back on the road when we went to the RV show, we hooked up. Well, after dewinterizing our RV, we noticed that the toilet had kind of been a little bit leaking. It wasn't leaking so much on the outside as it was, we noticed there was water filling up inside the toilet on the inside. Now, this wouldn't be too bad of a situation if it was like your home or your house, you know, and you had kind of a leaky toilet, you know, really no big deal. But with an RV, you don't want to have your toilet because it's actually a closed off valve, and it'll just eventually, so if you go away for a day, you know, gone for the afternoon, you had the water connected to it, your toilet would fill up and overflow, and you could actually flood your RV. So this is kind of a little bit of a problem. I guess during the winter months when it was before we really put the pink stuff, or that we didn't do ended up doing the winterizing properly, so to speak. I guess the seals, this valve has got a little bit different internal structure than like a Thetford valve, and so the seals allows the water when the water pressure to continue to fill up the toilet. It's a real slow fill up, so it's not like a steady flow, but it definitely is something that can cause a problem that definitely needs to be changed. So we're going to go through step by step on how to do that. All right, the parts you're going to need to do this. Just got a little kit I pretty much got off of Amazon. Just pretty much the valve. It has a couple screws, and then, you know, a new hose clamp that you're going to end up replacing. Picked this up for about probably 15 bucks or less than $20 off Amazon. It's probably the most inexpensive, and it has everything you need to do the job. The valve on the Dometic toilet usually will sit back here. It'll sit right here towards the back. With this, you really shouldn't have to like remove the toilet. There's enough room to get this out. The valve actually sits right here. There's a couple screws that go in that are attached, little retaining clip. That whole valve will just come out. All right, the first thing you want to do before you get started is you want to make sure. I've already got the water turned off, but you want to make sure that all the water is that there's no water pressure or anything in the toilet. You want to make sure that all that's bled off. I'm going to go ahead and put a towel. Even though all the water's off, it probably doesn't hurt to put a towel, because some of the water, there'll still be some water in the line. We're going to go ahead and we're going to remove the water line. This is probably just hand tight, but you can probably just use a little wrench. Let come off. Now, if this has never been changed before, they put one of these little clips that's from the factory for this hose. You're gonna need to cut that off. I'm just gonna use kind of some diagonal cutters, probably, if I can. I don't know if I can. Just cut that off. Cut that. There we go. Cut that dude off. Now I should be able to get the hose right off. Let me some water. That's why you have that towel. Drain a little bit of the water. Looking at the back side of this, there should be two screws. One here and one there on the back side. So this will go in just like that for the new one. just kind of going by feel. It doesn't even appear. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can see a screw back there with my phone camera. Ah, that's why. If you look at it, the screw is not a Phillips. There's not one there, but it appears to screw. All right, so it looks like my particular one, they actually ended up having a 1/4 inch head nut on the back. So they used a 1/4 inch head screw, which we're not going to use that going back. Alright, finally got it out. That's what they ended up putting in. Interesting. We're not going to put that screw back. We're going to put the screw that came with the kit back. Alright, so now there's a couple little retaining clips. We just need to get a Phillips straight tip screwdriver and kind of push that clip down. Be careful on these plastic. There's one there, then there should be one underneath. I need a short screwdriver. And that just pops out like so. So yeah, that's those little clips that you got to push down. I know these little cheap plastics, so be cautious not to break none of that hard plastic that you have down there. So now the old one, the new one is just going to go in pretty much in reverse order. So we'll just do it. I know that it should clip right in place, which it does. Then we'll take the screws that came with this. I don't know if you really need the screws, but it probably wouldn't hurt to do it because there's a lot of pressure. That way it takes the pressure off the little clips. So. Just screw the screws down. Okay. Kind of pre-do this hose clamp. I don't know why they have it so big. Alright, you want to slide your hose clamp on. Make sure you put your hose clamp on first, then you'll put your hose right back up. And then we'll tighten him up. And then screw your hose. You don't really need to use Teflon tape because this type of fitting has a rubber seal, but you do just need to make sure that it kind of seats in there. Make sure your threads are not everything seems to be tight. Then we'll go ahead and put the water pressure on and we'll make sure to check for leaks. Okay, so now we got water attached. Let's verify that there's no leaks. it seems to appear there's no leaks down here, no leaks with the hose, and it seems to appear to fix our leak around here. I don't see it coming or filling up, so that seems to be the fix. All right, as you can see, that wasn't too difficult, besides the little 1/4 inch funky screw that they put in from the factory. If they would have put a Phillips screw, it would have been easier, but I was able to discover that and fix that right away. As you can see, it's not too hard of a fix. So if you something that anyone really could do without even having to take out the toilet or anything. So if you continue to like us doing these how-to videos, please don't forget to give me that thumbs up if you like the video, and please don't forget to send some comments. Definitely like to see the comments, and hope this video has helped you. It's another one of our how-to videos from KKOA. All right, bye. Better. I could probably just cut that end off. You're not going to need it because you're going to be replacing it. Anyway, it's a little tough.